We are going to be talking local basketball. My name is Brian Kawalia, your host. Welcome to this exciting episode of The Inbound. Since the National Basketball League started in 1995, only 8 teams have managed to win the championship. But 3 of those 8 are still playing in NBL. The other 5, Makerere, Charging Rhino, and Nkumba are playing down in Div 1. Sky Jammers is defunct, and the same can be said of Warriors as of now. Of the 3 who are playing in NBL, include City Oilers, who are 7-time champions, Falcons, who have now lost 15 of their games this season, and you cannot be called a prophet if you say they'll be playing in Div 1 as well. Power, the other team, are flattering to deceive. Are they pretenders or they are contenders? We are here to talk about Power Basketball, who are trying to persevere with some financial hardships. Welcome to the show once again, and all about that today on today's show. Join me, welcome Hudson, who is my panelist today. Hudson, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
You look somehow lively.
I'm always lively when it comes to basketball. I be lively 24/7. Yeah.
So how was your week like?
It was a great week, but full of disappointments.
Which
I would
one?
say that.
You man, you were unveiled on NBA Sport.
I know. But I was so disappointed. I watched the game on public holiday.
Before you go to the game, let's talk about that unveiling on NBA Sport. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, Chief. How is everything?
Hope you are going to remain a fixture on this one.
I will remain here. This is home.
That suit, man. So, but I'm very happy for you.
Thank you very much.
I'm very happy for you. Continue serving the nation.
We are championing the Ghana sports.
Okay.
That's all right.
We'll talk about that later. You understand?
All right.
Okay. You are talking about the disappointment. Did someone check you?
No, I was disappointed with the federation.
Again, you man.
We lacked basketballs.
The balls that we used to play the games?
The game balls. There was a lower division game and I saw a ball. It was black. It had no grip. It was worn out.
Yeah,
and
they
were using it for a game.
Normally use that.
I was so disappointed. I'm like, the federation has to do something about it.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not only in lower division, even the upper flight.
Yeah.
They're we're in the same category. We need to change something.
Yeah, my biggest worry when we talk about that is YMCA court. The Saturday and Sunday games, if you saw the court, it was very dirty with a lot of dust. I understand you saw that.
I saw it. And I wasn't impressed. I was so disappointed. And
it was a TV game, by the way. Nkumba, it was cases and our savior.
Yes.
And it's not only about the court, but the teams. There was a previous game that ended a bit late, so the coaches told the both teams, that is our savior and KCCA, to just start playing. They were given, I think, only 1 minute to warm up. And you know what happened in the first quarter? The whole 5 minutes, there was no basket. Actually, in the whole 5 minutes.
That game was live?
Yeah, that game was live, and understand you were in studio.
Yeah, I was in studio.
Both teams shot 0 for 20. Imagine, was it Davis Asim and Joseph Wacha missing easy layups, and a couple of other KCA players. Until they scored, they broke the duck just 5 minutes after the first quarter. It was very ugly to watch, and it was not a good advert for our game.
Yeah, it was a low scoring game, I would say that.
Yeah.
Because in first half, total they were like only 40 points or 50 points, I would say that first half alone. It was a low scoring game, but you know when you say they started the game 1 minute, they were given only 1 minute. That didn't warm up.
Yeah.
You know, in order for someone to play a good game, you need to warm up.
And our savior scored 2 points in the second quarter. They scored just 7 in the first. And there was a fan who was joking to the ref earlier on the day. The fan said that, ref, can you stop that game in half time so that these teams can warm up again and we have a fresh game again?
And the fan was right.
Yeah, by the fan was right. It was very ugly to watch.
Yeah.
But away from that, let's go direct into the action. there are a couple of news that's going around. We'll start with Aruak Ruai, who say goodbye to City Oilers. He's going in Georgia. We initially thought that Spain, but Georgia and Spain, they are neighbors, I understand. He's going to play professional basketball and also further his studies. We had already broke the news earlier in one of our previous episodes.
Yes.
Are we going to be missing him? And how up are you for that youngster?
I'm happy for a young boy we saw grow all the way from Budo SS to Chibuli.
Yeah.
Then he played for I Hopes.
Yeah,
So
he's a
we've
product
seen
of
him.
I
We've
Hopes
seen
and
him.
Dan
We've seen him in the Ugandan basketball circles as a young boy.
And he
But
joined Namblazers when
he
he was
joined
still
Namblazers
in
on his
senior
senior 4. You know what that means. So I'm happy for him that he has gone pro. That's a good plus to the Ugandan basketball.
I
Yes,
hope
I know it's not
it all turns
Ugandan,
out
but it's a
well.
good plus to us because we groomed him to where he is right now. Actually, I would say thanks to coach Johnny who got him from where he is to Budo SS.
And in
Then-
fact, I talked to him after that
Yes.
because his last game was against UPDF. He was
Yes.
very excited and he recommended a couple of coaches who have
Yes.
been very instrumental in his career,
Yes.
including Coach Mande, Coach Escat Blazers, and a couple of others.
Yes.
So we hope, but the other thing is that he's not Ugandan. I'm surprised. So he's going. He will be playing for South Sudan.
Yeah, which is okay.
Oh, we should naturalize him.
It is okay. he can as well get.
I
get,
talked
get,
about that to him, and,
Yeah, and what did he say?
and he said that no, I will be playing for South Sudan.
He just loves his country.
Yeah,
But we are happy for him to where he's going. Wish him all the best. Let's see what he does in the EuroLeague.
The other news is the AfroBasket Under-18 Zone 5 AfroBasket qualifiers is up and running here in Mugogo, but there is a low turn-up. Kenya did not show up after confirming. They had initially confirmed, but they pulled out of the last hour. So we have only Uganda, Tanzania, and Rwanda. Does that come to our advantage?
But that happens mainly in our Zone 5. It has always happened in our Zone 5.
But it plays to our advantage because there is a lot at stake. Each win of the boys and men's category
We'll go for
will
AfroBasket.
qualify for AfroBasket
Yes.
Under-18 finals, which
Yes.
will be played in Madagascar, I understand.
In August.
Yeah. So without Kenya, who else can intimidate us?
We haven't seen other teams how they play. I've watched the first half of Rwanda versus Tanzania. The girls are really fast. It's an impressive game.
But by the look of things, from that you've watched, I
Yes.
think you can easily tell that Tanzania is a much stronger side than Rwanda.
Yeah, it's much stronger.
Oh,
But
it's early to judge.
it's
them.
early to judge. You know, it was the first half. You know, basketball changes at the time.
Yeah, and it's a game
You know,
of runs.
it's a game of runs and game of points. So I know that I don't know the final how the final scores were, but I know
But I think between Rwanda and Tanzania, which one should we fear most? We as
Tanzania has got the size. You saw the size.
And I talked
They
to
have the
Momo.
size.
I actually talked to Momo. She's a former player of UCU.
Lady
She's
Cannons.
now part of the coaching staff of Tanzania.
Yes.
She told me that most of their players, most of these kids they have come with, they play in the Tanzania league. But I don't think that is the same with Rwanda because I've seen most of their kids are from secondary schools.
Yes, which is the case with us as well. Most of our kids are from secondary schools.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
some of our players most on the junior Gazelles, they play for Nabi
Nabi Susa, yes.
including Darlene and a couple of others.
Yes.
So I think they have been battered enough by these JK UC teams, so they have a strong heart. I think they will deliver the ticket.
They'll
to
deliver.
Madagascar.
Because at their point is delivering ticket to Madagascar. Yes, and then we hope National Council gives us man on time.
Of course, they
That's
will.
also another matter.
Hey.
Yes.
The good thing is that Ambrose Tashobia, the NCS chairman, is a former FUBA president,
Yes.
and his daughter is also part of the team, Darlene
Yeah.
Tashobia.
Yes.
So we advantage either.
Yeah.
Hudson, away from the AfroBasket, let's talk about Power, the fans' favorite team. Formed in 1989 as the Nakulabi Saints, they are playing in Nakulabi then. Power has since won 5 National Basketball League titles, their last coming in 2011. Since then, it has been Warriors and City Oilers winning the last 7. Where is it going wrong for Power? At this moment, they are third in the league. I cannot say they are doing bad or good, but to their standards, 8 years without winning the title, it's very low for them. They have lost 4 games this season and won 11, losing to City Oilers, UCU twice, and now Blazers. Those are the teams that we must be contending with for the title. Where have they done wrong? And so now show that
I would say the administration is the issue with the power basketball.
Start with administration.
It's the issue with the power basketball team. We don't know who owns the club. That's a fact thing.
And I should have asked you.
The club is owned by players. That's what they say. Former players.
Former players.
Yes. But
what about?
But there's an issue between Ofono and Peter Movanda.
Ofono Kotobali.
Yes, Peter Movanda. Who is the boss of the other? That's another issue as well. Ofono says I bring sponsors on board. Peter Movanda says I'm a former player and I've been with this club for some good time.
But before that, let's first talk about these immediate challenges they have been facing. Losing Betu as their main sponsor. Now the information I have is that since the season started, Power have not paid their players, not even a single coin. Obalin, in most cases, regularly gets deep into his pockets to give these players like transport refund and what.
Yeah, they're struggling financially. That's the truth. Because even if you talk to the general manager of the team, that's Alan Musoka, he tells the truth. They're struggling finaally. The club is struggling financially, and they're looking for a sponsor on board.
But with all of those funds, can't Power use that fan base to attract sponsors? What's wrong with our clubs?
I don't know what's wrong with our clubs, but Power has been getting a lot of sponsors on board, and I'm happy with that. So any club I've seen whereby they've been consistent with the sponsors.
The last time they won the title, they were sponsored by DMAC.
Yes.
And I remember they were also sponsored by Sami.
Yeah.
They have been very lucky in terms of the way they have been attracting sponsors.
Yes.
But even the times when they had Betway, because I was talking with some of these players during the Betway times, and they're saying that they are getting their salary on time, around 27.
Yeah,
but now
they'll get man on time. That's the issue, because Betway put in at this time they put in 200 million in the club, and man was going to the club. But the issue was how is the management, how is the recruitment of players. You can't have players who have too much ego to be the team. How's the discipline of the players? You can't be a manager and you're taking players out to have a drink with you. Be a manager and show them the discipline. Discipline matters.
During about 4 seasons back, they had that big core of Joseph Iko, Fami, MacGyver, and the likes. Then they cut them off, the whole team. A couple went to Blazers.
Yes.
For starters, was that a good idea?
To me,
remove the core of your team at once.
It wasn't a good idea, but they wanted to build something different.
Where the other players bring bad energy.
The issue was there was a lot of too much fights in the team as well. Yeah, Ekongo is saying something, another player is saying something. You're getting it. As MacGyver is saying this other thing, Fami is saying something different.
And they could overrule
is also saying something different.
They are coaching them.
And they would overrule the coach. Yeah. So when he said, let me get off all these big-headed players, then I start having these young people who are going to listen to me.
And their first season, they were very lucky that the league was not playing to completion last season.
Yes.
I understand they had won one game out of 11. They had lost the other two, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
They had to be corrected on that.
And then that's the time they fired Muchuda.
And then they brought in Coach
and then they brought in Banis and Kunda.
For starters, do you rate him high as the other people do? Is he a good coach?
He's one of the most good coaches we have in Uganda. Because he played the game very well. He was in Nkumba. That guy is a good point guard. Don't see him there. The way he talks is the way he used to play. That's the truth.
By the way he talks?
The way he talks is a fast talker.
Yeah, he's a
and
fast
that's
talker.
That's the way he used to play.
He's
a good coach. Because when you look at him, Wathum, Natwereza, Mande, you be like, okay. That generation, you be like, okay. Something serious.
I was talking with Banis earlier on, and I was asking him that, like, how tough is it for you as a coach to be taking care of these players when they are not paid? They're not motivated among the players. And he was saying that he's only trying to motivate them in the way, like through telling them what is at stake, that you are going to increase your bargaining chip when the season ends. Like you're playing for yourself, you're not playing for the club, but you're playing for yourself to win championship. Just tell them what's at stake. It's the only thing that is motivating them. And I think it's very hard for some of them.
But even the players themselves know what's on ground. They know what's on ground. Most of them know. Because a person like Soro can leave while he was playing from like Blazers come back to Power. And
was it a good decision for him? Was it a wise decision?
It was a wise decision for him.
To come to Power?
Because you can't have a team full of all stars. Even yourself, you can't be seen proper. But Soro is now be like,
But you want
Soro
to
is
be where
delivered.
I want to be.
But is it not
playing for a
delivered?
team
Is
which
it not
is
delivered?
doing- Which has. Is it not delivering?
The issues
The
to
issue I have with
him is
Soro-
one thing. It's not all about the fans. Am I getting playing time? Am I delivering?
But he was also getting playing time.
He was, but now they added in more people in the team. And information are that he left Blazers not in good terms.
I didn't know about that.
It wasn't in good terms. So there. Because there was time there was Katumba Dedi, Soro in Blazers. What next?
No, but Katumba cannot compete with. I was saying about
He was,
the bad
he was also signed
Eh.
signed as well on that time whereby it was under All-Star team. He was signed as well on the team. Even Otoa was in Blazers as well.
second one.
Yes, who is now in power.
Yeah, he's now in power.
Yes.
But the problem I have with Soro is inconsistency. The game against you only scored 5 points, yet is their primary scorer. You should be their primary scorer.
But you saw-
they are leaving the
but you
scoring
saw-
burden to Innocent Ochera.
But you saw the legend when he came on court.
Who Isaac Afidra?
You saw what he did in that second quarter.
By the way, Isaac Afidra, Soro, and
Chikiri.
are the 3 power players who are scoring in double figures,
Yes.
like on average.
Yeah.
But they lack that
But now
consistency.
you saw what Otoa
for Soro.
Otoa did also in that game.
But he has not delivered throughout this season. He's not the other Otoa
This-
start sharing.
Sharing youth.
He has not yet reached that mark. There is also Elvis Senton. Today will give you a good game, the
Tomorrow-
next day will be poor.
Yes.
Again, it's UC with that game which they lost. He shot 0 for 5, finished the whole game without.
Then how did Good Nasa play that game?
Good answer. By the way, he's improved.
Actually, to me, was
He's the most
was
improved
man
player
of the
in
match
that
when it comes to the power team. He delivered very well.
He's delivering.
Yes.
He's delivering. Now he's the focus guy.
Now we go back to the power issue,
I'll go back to the administrative
administration issue.
But okay, let's first finish up the administrative issue. Where do you think they are getting it wrong? But how do you blame the administration when there are no finances? You are blaming them for not bringing the finances.
Not
on board,
now.
or not to organize
as of now,
their
because
front
now
office
they
to
are
attract sponsors.
not organizing the front office, not even attracting sponsors. But even when they had sponsors, how are the players behaving?
They fail to contain them.
They fail to contain them. You can't be telling me you have the game today, and guess what? You're in a bar.
Yeah, the players.
You're in a bar drinking.
And the times you are drinking with them.
Yes,
that's very bad.
it is very bad. Yes, and then rumor had it that some people on the administration money, administration
Which
thing,
people?
some people there,
Which people?
there was money being
Which people were
misallocated.
Which people were misusing the money?
That's the rumor I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're failing to.
I'm not fearing
to
anything.
pinpoint someone.
I won't be able to say anything, but
Good.
that was
Good
also
you've-
happened.
Good you've not pinpointed
Then
that
they're
one.
having fights. Yeah, you know the thing of like some players have got shares in the
Yeah,
club.
those internal wrangles.
I was talking to one of the administrators recently. He told me one thing. He pulled out of the administration because of too much fights. He's injecting money in the club. He's not getting anything there, but they're fighting.
And,
These big people are fighting.
and
Why are
actually-
you fighting when you try to inject money in the club?
And actually, I'm told that a core of the funds are now funding some of the players. What players? Transport allowances
Yes.
and game bonuses.
Because it's in
People
Uganda,
like their club.
that's the basketball club with more fans.
So,
Who really love the game of basket?
among Blazers and City Oilers, please look away. Power is the most supported club.
Supported club in Uganda.
And Falcons.
Yeah, Falcons had their fans, but actually Falcons also has got fans, mainly even outside countries like Power has got.
And
Because even people say
where
that
do
recently,
where do you put the
I'll-
Chambogo side?
I was talking to one of the Falcons old players, let me say old players that always used to play. He said the issue is one thing, our administration, but people out there are willing to sponsor what? The club. Yeah. But for the issue of power, administration is a bad thing. The former administration made a mistake, even the way they was recruiting players. Money was there, but kind of players, which players are you bringing on board?
Let's talk about the current squad that they have. Starting with the new signings, they have added Bonza Benjamin, the point guard. Then there is Imran from Warriors, the other tall guy from Warriors.
Yes.
Samad Imran. Then there is Robert Tassil. What is his nickname? Bonzo.
I've forgotten his nickname. Yes.
That's Robert Tassil, the
Yeah.
other
Tall guy, yes.
But their biggest problem has been in the front court, the big men. But if you look at Robert Tassil and Imran, they lack that aggressiveness.
But if you watch the game against Falcons, that was yesterday. That's let me say Sunday. Imran was on point. You
And
saw
he
him,
picked
you saw
9
him
rebounds
hustling.
that day.
You saw him picking up rebounds. you say him blocking people, he put in that thing of like, you know what, I'm ready to go.
But you cannot rank him closer to the likes of Ivan Romanica, the guys that are going to be competing with all the likes of Peter Sifuma or the doctor at Namble. He ranks lowest.
Yeah, because
I understand they needed more. They needed more from the market.
not only even the big men, but
by
the point guard as well. Don't have a natural point guard.
I was talking
Don't
to
have a
their
natural
coach,
point guard.
and he said that besides Bonja, the other Congolese point guard,
Yes.
that Bonja came with another player. He's also a point guard, so they have two new signings. The other one is still injured.
Yeah.
So of recent they have been using Dixon Asiku, Innocent
Sentongo.
Ochera, and Davis Sentongo.
Yes, as point guards. And then a Fidra.
Yeah, and
at
a
times,
Fidra,
because at times
yeah.
I would look at a Fidra shouting at what Innocent Ochera, Davis, give me the ball. You're making too many turnovers, give me the ball. Let me come with the ball.
The good thing with Innocent Ochera, he will give you the points, but he's not a willing passer of the ball. He does not very much involve his teammates, and that's the number one role of a point guard. Beside advancing the ball forward, you should be trying to create as many open looks for your.
Innocent is more of a shooting guard. He was created that thing of like I'm a shooting guard. You saw him even at Ndeje. He was more of a shooting guard than a point guard. Yes.
So the team doesn't have a point guard.
Don't have a
besides the
point
other
guard.
two. But you saw Bonja, that Congolese. How do you
In the UCU
assess
game,
his-
he was off. He struggled because he played I think like 5 minutes. Then they benched him throughout the game. Then the game against Falcons, he showed me something that he can. He's a good shooter as well, and decision making. I'm not yet impressed with his decision making, but he'll pick up. He has played 2 games in the league. I think he'll pick up. He'll pick up 1 or 2 pieces.
Then let's conclude this with: if you are the coach, who should you start? How should your starting 5 look like for Power? If you are Banis,
If I'm Bani Sakunda, of course, I'll use that point guard,
for Bonja,
Bonji, as my number 1.
but you've said that he's not the rival.
Yeah, but as of now, I need a natural point guard. You're getting it. The natural point guard. I'll use him. I'll bring in Innocent Ochela.
At 2,
I use Isaac Afedu as a 3. Soro
Defensor as a 4.
as a 4, then Imran as a 5.
As a 5.
Yes.
Yes, Addison. Because of time, we may not exploit everything about Power. We shall give them another special edition, another special edition, or
Yes.
another special edition.
Yes.
Let's quickly go down to the lower divisions. High Hopes in Div 2 finally won a game of basketball.
The surprise was total.
But
It's a
what
big
is also
surprise.
not doing well as
Yeah, it is not doing, but you know, it's a team which has been there in lower division and they're playing some good game. I'm so disappointed in them actually this season, how they are playing, because I expected them to be up there with teams like Jetty Jaguars, teams like Emperors, teams like Glue Hawks, but they're struggling.
That's the first win for High Hopes in 9 games.
Yes.
Then also, speaking about Watoto, their women's side lost to Jet Lady Jaguars. The whole game they scored 13.
But
that was very terrible.
I think
loss for
we should
them.
stop talking about Jetty Lady Jaguars
Why?
moving forward.
Yeah,
Because we know it's automatic win. Automatic wins until they shock them.
They're actually big fish in that small pond. Then quickly, we leave Div 2. I will leave the Division 1 for women. We go to Division 1. Livingston are still top. They
12 wins in 12 games.
They beat YMCA, who have rebranded to Sonnet, but that was one heck of a game. Very ugly to watch.
Very ugly to watch because they had 5 players who started the game. Then before the game would end, the remaining 3 players. 2 minutes towards the end of the game. YMCA told the Livingston people, please just bounce the ball. We are done. We've accepted.
That was very,
And
very
Julius
poor.
Utwama played over 35 minutes
without a
point.
Without a single point. And
Yes.
not only that, but without a single shot. Do they still want to play? Or
I
they
know,
just want to
I
complete
know,
the
I know in
season?
second round they'll get good players who are willing to play. Then also go back to the D League, the lower division. Emperors lost on Saturday, then they won their game on Sunday. Same applies to Machine Shooters. They lost on Saturday, won their game on Sunday.
All-timers
Of course, now
are second in the table.
All-timers is now that's first division, second on the table. Number 1 is Livingston. Number 2 is All-timers. Then the D League number 1 is Jetty Jaguars. Number 2 is Number 2 is Guru Hawks. Then
Bulldogs, I think now they're top.
yeah, Guru Hawks now that because they played more games compared to JT Jaguars.
Yeah, Bulldogs
They're now
are
on top. Then number 2 is JT Jaguars. Number 3 there I think is Empress, if I'm not mistaken.
In Div 1
But I would say Bavi made a good job. He's doing a good job. The way he recruited players. Sam Bavi, their patron.
Then we quickly go to Div 1 again.
Yes.
Entebbe Archers have only one game. Bushcourt have only
Most of their players. Actually, most of their players left.
They went to Raise Life. They lost to Raise Life. Naja is doing a good job by the way to Raise Life.
He's a good coach.
But we shall give that a very, very, very big episode for that as well. I think we should end there. We shall remember to subscribe to the Sports Nation channel so that you can watch all our daily uploads, including the inbound show. See you next time. Amidst.